episode. Now, I want to quickly apologise for last week. The audio quality was trash, it was god awful, and I'm planning to keep it up though. Even though it's going to be a detriment to my channel and it may take away from my subscribers and it may drop my viewership, I want to keep it up so I can see how far I will progress. Yes, I know it feels a bit like self-serving, and I see it as a gift to you guys as well. You can look at my older content and how bad the audio was, and you can see how far I've came as a fan. And I don't know what caused the issue last week, because before I put it into editing, and when I finished editing, the audio was decent. So I don't know what caused it to be so grainy and muffled. But this shows I've still got a lot to learn. And it'll be a long road until I get anywhere standard that other YouTubers have. Part 2 of the earthdawn series. So the party has approached the cave where he'd entered, and we found some droppings and feces, but not too sure what dropped them. We started to descend further into the cave, and we actually entered the Vikia Toad itself, which is an old vault. And you could tell this was made to be a vault for human and kin protection, as it was a downward spiral, with houses and buildings lining the spiral, and one beautiful shiny blue crystal in the middle, lighting the whole place up. It was very magnificent. The architecture was divine. But we descended further down because we need to find the creatures which were causing the issue. Further down, we found some more bodies. Each one, not too sure what killed it, but it was patching clues together. We found some poison and we found some stingers. And the alchemists in the group realized these were stingers of shadowmants, which are a very terrifying creature to say, with poison which can easily kill a standard non-adept adventurer. So we was now very cautious, because we know we could not deal with these in combat. We head further down, and we found a small little lake at the bottom of the spiral, and we crossed the bridge into where the other parts of the cave were. We stumbled upon a trail of dead horrors, which was quite concerning, as we knew they could be a difficult task to fight. But there was a trail of dead horrors. How they actually died was the main concern. We was guessing an attrition between the horrors and the shadowmants, which was an idea none of us liked, as we don't want to fight either of those in high numbers. There was only Circle 1 adepts. Inkai, our winning rogue, was up ahead scouting, trying to find any of the creatures lurking in the dark. He could not find anything. He could not hear too much because there was a crashing wave of water from one side of the room. But his danger senses started to tingle. He shouted out, "Duck!" And everybody had enough time to get out of the way, as a Nasher, which we came to name the horrors we've been searching for, dived at the party. The Nasher collided with the wall and went through the spot exactly where Will's head was, half a second earlier. If it wasn't for the warning, Will may have died. We drew our attention to the Nasher, weapons already out, ready to strike, but he was moving faster. The Nasher already struck again at Will, and bit into his ankle, blood gushing. But I was not letting this attack go unwanted. Knowing how tough this battle was going to be, I already took the strain I needed, and caused him to be distracted by me, drawing aggro and attention from the party onto me, making it a 1v1, me versus Vinasha. While his attention was me, the party had blindsided rules, so they could attack with advantages, could say. With attention flowing me now, I maneuvered my way around him, pulling him away from the party so that Will could get up and tend his wounds if needed. While this was happening, I was making sure that I'm getting revenge. I swing my broadsword across his chest. The thick hide was too much for the sword. All I got was superficial hits, a bit of blood. But as a wise man once said, if it bleeds, we can kill it. With attention on me, Inkai took the moment to hurl rains of daggers on Vinasha. While the same issue occurred, the thick hide was too much for the daggers. Xantha also had no luck. Panicking for now being in melee with a bow, she did let some shots loose. But the same issue began. We just could not pierce the armour. Will, who was now on his feet, drawing his mighty dwarven battle axe. He could not still pierce the armour, so we required the Elementals to help. The Elementals took thoughts. He pondered the arcana and see what he could use. Gathering earth from the area, he crafted darts and slung them at the beast, lowering his armour and making his thick hides easier to pierce. With the shards of crystals from earth darts shredding its hide and skin, the onslaught doubled. Moving like a flashing bolt, I dodged left and right. All of his blows, even some which should have got me, I managed to justly, barely dodge, as I felt that my clothes tag on his teeth. But the spell which our friend Finn Velmentus cast caused the creature to rage, losing all attention on me and turned to focus on Finn. Vinasha leaped out, flying into Finn's shoulder, sinking his teeth, causing a wound. Finn, despite his weakness and frail body, managed to stand up against the blow, giving the whole party a blind side on Vinasha. I took this moment to throw more daggers, using Finn's unintentional distraction to land a serious blow to Vinasha. The blow caused him to be wounded. Xantha and Will kept up with the relentless assault and managed to bring it temporarily down to its knee, but Vinasha stood back up. Me pulling out the dagger given to me. I Will execute Filka's retribution. Burning more of my health away, I caused to distract the creature again, gaining his attention. I moved in for the kill, sword swinging first, then dagger, but the dagger just did not cut through. Frustrated at this, I still continued to assault, making sure that the dagger was what got the kill. Vinasha continued to lash out, and I was now getting used to its movement, stepping side to side, avoiding all its hits. The only damage I sustained was the damage I did to myself to push myself harder. While it flew through the air, Inkai took the opportunity to throw another dagger. It ripped open its forearm, and when it landed badly, collapsing to the floor. The beast was killed. Failing for me to stab it at all with Filka's dagger, I walked up to the beast and stabbed the dagger straight through its skull, twisting it to make sure that it was dead. Taking the dagger, not cleaning it, I sheath it into its scabbard. This will be a gift to Filka for the revenge of Wilf, her dear departed husband. It took all our work to kill one Nasher, but we knew this cave had more, and we had to go out and deal with them. The night was still long, and we had to get our breath. But this was going to be a hard night coming up, with more Nashes and more Shadowmants to kill. We took a breath, had a bite of food, and we set off to clear and purge this old resting home for us.